this animation shows from your point of view as a biomechanics expert?
Sure. The first thing that you should be aware of is that this is Miss Paltrow's version of the events. So,
Dr. Scher, sorry to interrupt you.
Oh.
Just maybe pull your mic.
Sorry
Yeah,
about that. The first thing to be aware of is this is Miss Paltrow's version of the events. So that's what we're showing here. And as we move forward, I'll talk about the physics, kind of like what I drew earlier with the center of mass and the rotation, and that's the idea. That's what went into this. But again, this is not exactly what happened. This is just one of the possible ways it could have happened. So we have Miss Paltrow in black, Mr. Sanderson in the blue as they move forward in time. It's her testimony that his skis slid between hers. There we go. She felt a contact directly in the back, along her back. It sounded like her buttocks as well. The person was grunting, pressing against her, but they were on their skis for a period of time. If in this situation he's also moving to skier's right, which is in the left in this image, that will create, remember I had the force that was offset from the center of mass. That's going to create a rightward motion for her, but also create some initial rotation. Now, in this portion, there's a number of possibilities. She could be adding weight to her right ski because of the contact from Mr. Sanderson. When you ski, if you're in, let's just take a snowplow or what my kids call pizza position. If you weight the right ski, you turn left. So if she weights the right ski here more because of the contact, she's going to turn counterclockwise. The contact from Mr. Sanderson, if it's more to the right, will turn her counterclockwise. So as they're moving to the right here, there would be some counterclockwise rotation, and here her ski can catch, or she could pitch to the side, or they could both pitch to the side. They could both lose balance. We're not sure what happens, but as they're rotating, they're continuing to fall, and Miss Paltrow's version has them spooning essentially as they're coming down together, which would make sense if their legs got caught up. If he was contacting her below her center of mass, where his right leg was contacting her right leg, her thigh in that area. Also consistent with Miss Paltrow saying that her right knee was splayed open at the end, and she felt right knee discomfort. That all could happen there. So as she's rotating and he's rotating counterclockwise, they fall to the side. Now, at this point here in the animation, I guess maybe the next frame, if I can do it. Mr. Sanderson lands on his right side, maybe the right back. It's hard to say. If he lands on his right side, kind of like Dr. Bayham said, he needs to land on the elbow, that can happen. That can create lateral rib fractures. But that's not the only way. His arm could be out. He could land on the side and create lateral rib fractures. He could land on his side and a little bit towards the back, and Miss Paltrow could land on him. She could be fully on him, maybe with her buttocks or her back or some portion of her mass compresses his chest front to back, and that can create his rib fractures. There's a lot of different ways this could happen. I can't tell which one of those is right, but all of those are consistent with her version of the events. As they hit the snow, they would continue to move forward until friction slows them down. And it's also important to note, we haven't talked about the head injury, but hitting the back of the head or the side of the head, he could have his head turned. All of those are possibilities for him to contact his head on the snow. So that's not inconsistent as well.
Would it be helpful to show it in real time? You've been doing it kind of slow motion, which
Sure.
has also been very helpful. Maybe start from the beginning and just play it.
Objection lacks foundation for trajectory, speed, and direction. Overruled. It's demonstrative of this witness's testimony only.
All right, thank you.
Okay, this is
Sorry, yeah, go ahead, Dr.
this is from the beginning.
And if there's anything you want to comment on as it happens, feel free.
I think that accurately reflects the version that Ms. Paltrow testified to that matches the laws of physics and biomechanics as I understand them.
And would it be helpful to show, there's one other animation that has a little zoom in from the other